Hey guys, what's up? It's NK Plays here, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a discussion on my first impressions of Fire Emblem Three Houses for the Nintendo Switch. So, before we get started, again, this is just the first impressions. I'm only going to be talking about a few things that really piqued my interest in this game before next week, where I'm going to be having my unboxing and review, hopefully, because I'm not yet finished with this game. I've only just gotten to the time skip and completed one battle, so I think I still have a good chunk of the game left. So, and even then, I'm planning on playing it all 4 routes. So, yeah. I guess, yeah, I'll just get right into this. If the review doesn't come out next week, it'll definitely be the week after. I've been playing this game so much, and I'm definitely going to complete it within either a week or two's time, for the first time at least, and I will give my full review then. But yeah, let's get right into this. So, the first thing I noticed when playing this game is that the characters are very good. Like, better than they have been in any Fire Emblem game before. And I'm not saying they were bad in the previous titles, but they just feel, in this game, they feel so real. Each character, you know, their design is well done. They're not flat. They're extremely, like, they feel like real people, and they have their own goals, ambitions, dreams, hopes, fears. You know, they're not flat. Like, at first, one of the characters, I picked the Black Eagles. That was the team that I chose for my first run. One of the characters, Linhardt, I thought that he was going to be, like, I didn't like him at first because I thought his whole personality was just going to be, he's tired all the time, he's sleepy. But no, like, once you get to know him a bit more, you unlock his support conversations, you realize that that's not all he is, and that is a big part of his character, but there's still, you know, he's very intelligible, and he, you know, likes to do research, he gets bored quickly of things, but it's just, I'm trying to say that there's not just one attribute to these characters. There's a lot more that makes them who they are. They've all got very fleshed out backstories, which is awesome. The more you unlock with their support conversations through... I'll get back to how you get those support conversations in a bit, but their support conversations get built up, and you get to talk to them, and you get to learn more about their past, which is awesome, because each of these characters, like I said, are very fleshed out. They have all their stuff. I'm repeating myself, but... So, one of the support conversations was between Caspar and Linhardt, and they were talking about how their dads could beat up the other person's dad, and I was like, that's just great. And, like, Caspar was like, oh yeah, strongest person wins, and then Linhardt was like, well, I mean, they're of similar strength, and my dad's taller, so taller people have height advantage wins. And then, Caspar went and tried to prove that height doesn't always matter, and he came back wrong. And it was just, you know, it was a really cool interaction between the two characters, and I was like, these characters know each other, their families know each other, they're a part of this world, they're not just, you know, a one-dimensional character. And yeah, I really appreciate that. I mean, there's a lot of characters in this game, you know. Each team has, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 members, alright? Then there's also, you know, all the antagonists there are, and there's also just, like, your main character, and then all the teachers, the members of the church, the knights, you know, the servants, everyone. They all have their own, like, abilities, personalities, and then there's just, like, you know, there's the goddess, there's the shopkeepers, there's just so many people in this game, and they all feel very fleshed out, especially the main three team leaders, Eldegard, Dimitri, and Cloud. They're very fleshed out as characters, and I honestly, if Eldegard got into Smash, I would not complain, because I know it's another Fire Emblem character, but one, it's an axe user, so it's not going to be the same. It can't be the same as the sword users. And, you know, that's not really what I came to talk about here today, but I'm just putting that out there that I wouldn't complain. I would be totally down for another Fire Emblem character. Any of the main 3 in this one, except for Byleth, because Byleth is a sword user. But Eldegard uses an axe, Dimitri uses a lance, Cloud uses a bow. Like, they all have their own, special thing that isn't a sword, which is great because swords are very prominent in Three Houses and in the entire Fire Emblem series. But something they threw out the weapon triangle in this game. I don't think it's completely gone. I could be wrong about that, but the weapon triangle is just not the main focus anymore. Now it's all based on weapon stats and how forged they are, and your level, your stats, your speed, all that stuff. It's just a very more typical RPG. It's less simple compared to how the stats were. The stats were kind of like backup in the more recent Fire Emblems, but in this one, it's more heavy based on the stats of the character, the weapon, and the level and all that stuff. Which, I appreciate because I'm more into that kind of RPG anyways. What else? Okay, so along with the gameplay, there is a giant chunk of the game. I didn't expect to be spending this much time just wandering around the cathedral area. But the game has a calendar system that you have to abide by. You don't go each and every day doing different things. It kind of progresses week by week. But every Sunday, you have free time. So on Sundays, you can either choose to explore the cathedral, which I'll go back to later, hold seminars to teach your students and raise their stats, or go out to battles and level up, train, complete quests, all that stuff. Or you can just rest and get your motivation back. Motivation is used to let your students raise their stats, because if you could just raise it unlimitedly, then it would be broken. But so you have to complete support conversations by roaming around and talking to them and completing quests for them and spending time with them. You can spend time with characters a lot of ways in this game. You can cook with them, you can eat with them, you can train with them, you can go to tea with them. Tea is like the most prominent one. You can give them gifts, return lost items, that you found around the area, and there's just a lot of ways to raise motivation, and then use that motivation in class, where on Mondays you get to instruct the students on what stats you want them to raise, then they do, and then their weapons become more proficient in battle, and then when you use them in battle, they level up there anyway. So what else? So let's see. I think my favorite characters to use in this game, so first off, the most useful characters in battle so far for me have been Eligard, Dorothea, Barandetta, and Shamir. I think they've been like my most useful, and Byleth. Obviously, Byleth is broken. Like, him and Eligard just level up way too fast and just destroy everything in their path. But Dorothea and Barandetta have very good range, and Dorothea has a lot of attacks, and Barandetta has really good range, and so does Shamir. Shamir is one of the unlockable people that I requested to join me, and she's broken as an archer, or a sniper. So yeah, you can update classes and stuff, and that's a normal Fire Emblem thing. I won't get too much into that. Something I did have a little bit of an issue with is I could not recruit any of the people from the other teams. I think I didn't fully understand what I was doing until just before the time skip. So I thought what I had to do was I had to level up my students as a whole, but no, I was actually supposed to be leveling up my character, like my own character stats in that specialty, in order to make it look like the teacher could actually teach them something, which I wasn't doing. I was only leveling up my sword because I wanted it to be strong as possible, because I only used the sword. So that is why I couldn't get any of the students to join my side. Hopefully you can get some from the other sides to join after the 5-year time skip, which I doubt. I accidentally already killed 2 of them from the Golden Deer, and that makes me sad because I actually wanted one of them. I wanted Ignatz to join my team. Leone I could care less about, but Ignatz, I really wanted him to join my team, and I feel like I am not going to be able to get the 3 that I was working on, Felix, Mercedes, and Lucethia, which sucks. But next playthrough, I'm going to be playing through the Golden Deer, so I already have Lucethia, but I'm going back for Mercedes and Felix, and I want to bring Dorothea with me, so yeah, I'm getting them to stay on my team. but I hopefully I understand it better. And what else? The music and graphics. The graphics, you know, could be better, but I understand that there are some limited capabilities on the Switch. But the animations for this game are incredible. Like, I love how stylish it is when a character dodges an attack and they like do a backflip or something while holding the bow and snipe them in midair. Like, that's awesome. That's just, you know, cool little touch. They didn't have to do that. They could have just made it like dodge to the side and then, you know, shoot that. But no, they're like doing backflips and stuff and like pulling from the side, like using a bow from the side, or like doing a flip kick into a punch with the armor and the gloves. I don't know. It's just little things like that that really make the experience worthwhile. And actually watching the battle animations instead of just skipping through them, which I also do appreciate because, you know, sometimes I just want to focus on the story. And before I go on the story, I'll talk about the music a little more. The music in this game is incredible. Like, every song and piece that I've heard so far feels very fitting for the location or story moment that we were in. And I really love the main theme for this game. The main theme is just beautiful. It's so good. But about the story. So the story consists of you waking up as Byleth, and you meet this girl with green hair. I'm not going to disclose the name or anything. I think I already did earlier by accident, but we won't talk about that. And she is like in your mind or whatever, and that's not really important till later. But you're Byleth, male or female, doesn't matter. You go to the monastery. You meet the 3 house leaders. You choose one to lead. The other 2 teachers lead the other 2 teams, and you actually can recruit the teachers, which I did. See, I have the entire Black Eagle squad: Byleth, Manuela, Hanman. I had Flane, and then certain character decisions got rid of that. I have Shamir, and that's it. But Shamir is broken, so I'm glad I grabbed her. But I feel like I would have lost some of these other recruits anyways, even if I did get them on my team somehow, because of story. So, which I won't go into because I don't want to spoil anything. But, yeah, so I have all them, and then, so I picked the Black Eagles, obviously. I spent my days training them. We started to fight the Flame Emperor army and those who slither in the dark, which, again, I won't get into because that's really big spoilers. But, yeah, some of the twists in this game are actually insane. Like one of them, which is a kind of a spoiler. I don't know how important it is at the moment. I'll say it now, but skip to the timestamp here if you want to ignore this section, not get skipped. So you just click there in 3, 2, 1. So I did not know that Eldegard was going to come out as the Flame Emperor. That really caught me off guard. I did not expect that at all. So, I just want to throw that out there. I was like, what? Like, okay, now that I think about it, yeah, she went missing when he showed up for the first time. So I was like, okay, that actually makes sense. That's cool. I understand the motivation behind it. I understand why. I understand, like, how this benefits her. So I was like, wow, that's a really good twist. I wonder how this is going to come into play in the future. And, yeah, so welcome back. This is past spoiler territory, so yeah. Another thing I just want to appreciate real quick is the character art. The art for this game is, like, beautiful. It's so detailed and just, like, especially, I don't know, the ones for, like, the Flame Emperor and the 3 main characters, other than the protagonist, and, like, I don't know, just a lot of the characters have very standout designs, especially after the 5-year time skip. They start wearing less school uniforms and more of their own thing. Especially Petra. Petra's change was what? Like, it was very drastic. But, yeah, I don't really know what else I can dive into. As of right now, I've played about 15-20 hours of this game, maybe, and I love it. It's fantastic. Probably in my top 5 games on the Switch, to be honest. Top 5 first-party games, obviously. If I had to say, not in order, there's no order, but I would say Smash, 3 Houses, let's see, Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, and let's say first party, not a remake or a port, so Mario Maker, I guess. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing a review on this game. I want to talk about it more. I want to get more into it. I want to explain more things, and I just want to share my entire experience with you guys. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I definitely recommend you check this game out. It is so far been amazing and just so much fun. If there's anything I forgot to cover here, make sure to let me know in the comments below. And, yeah, I will cover it in my review. And something I just want to point out real quick, that Dorothea is a Joestar, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Thank you for watching, and, yeah.